First of all, we should have babies sleeping alone. So in their own bassinet or in a crib, or if you really need them super close, some sort of co-sleeper. The goal of sleeping alone is to keep moms and dads off of baby. So we don't want to accidentally smother baby. So I don't want to be scary, but there's always like several babies, I'd say up to 100 babies a year that end up accidentally getting smothered by mom or dad. And it's very, very traumatizing for the family. And so you want to be very careful with that. So sleeping alone is kind of how we avoid that. Also recognize that even the weight of your hand or your arm on top of the baby, it lowers their ability to take a deep breath. And they're so small that they don't have big reserves. And that's typically where they get themselves into trouble, is even though they're breathing, not completely smothered, they're taking shallower and shallower breaths. And so that's why there's such a big push to be sleeping alone, or keeping them safe, keeping your body off of their body. I heard that in your smaller apartments in Europe, where there's really not room for another crib, families will actually take a laundry basket or a little box, put some bedding in it, and then put baby in the laundry basket or box, and it'll be right on their bed. So they're right next to you, but there's no way that you can accidentally put your hand or arm or accidentally squish baby. So that's number one. Number two is you want baby sleeping on their back. On their back is the safest, and that's been shown as the safest since, I believe, the early 1990s. It's been study after study after study. The biggest concern from most parents when they're sleeping on their back is they always ask me, are they going to throw up and aspirate and die? And the answer is no. So when babies throw up or when they spit up, when they're laying on their back, they have wonderful reflexes that actually protect them from choking on that. They'll actually gag and spit and throw up and turn their head in a way so that doesn't really cause a problem. If you do notice that they're doing that, you don't have to sit there and watch them. I like to pick them up and lay them down face down on my arm and pat their back and let them kind of spit and choke and gag. Eventually that'll all come out and they'll be breathing okay, and then you can lay them back down in the crib. It's definitely been shown we tend to have a little bit of flatter heads now that we're all sleeping on our backs. But if you're very vigilant about it, making sure they're getting plenty of tummy time, not sitting in the car seat for more than 30 minutes at a time, their heads don't typically get too flat to the point where they will need any sort of intervention.